Today, we're talking about something I think pretty much everyone can relate to. It's this idea of compassionate distance. It's all about figuring out how to care, and I mean really care, for the people in your life without letting their problems completely weigh you down. So let's get into it. Okay, let me ask you something and be honest. Have you ever gotten off the phone with a friend and just felt totally wiped out? Like you went in wanting to help, but you walked away feeling just as heavy, just as stressed as they did. Yeah, if that sounds familiar, then you are definitely in the right place. You know that drained feeling? That's a huge sign you've stumbled right into what we can call the empathy trap. And look, we fall into it with the best intentions, right? We want to show we care, we don't want to seem selfish. But this trap, it can leave you with absolutely nothing left in the tank for anyone, especially yourself. So picture this. I mean, we've all been here. Your friend is having a terrible day. They're upset, maybe even crying. And your first gut reaction is to move in closer, to listen, to be that shoulder to cry on. You're just being a good friend. But then, something starts to shift. It's subtle. You go from just listening to their sadness to actually absorbing it. Suddenly, their problems start to feel like your problems. Their anxiety is now sitting in your stomach. You're not just holding space for them anymore. You're actually taking on their emotional baggage. And what's the result? Well, you get so overwhelmed by all these borrowed feelings that you just collapse. You burn out. And now think about it. Instead of one person who's standing strong helping another, you've got two people who are down for the count. But here's the good news. There is a much better way to handle this. It's a healthier and, frankly, more effective approach. It's called compassionate distance. So what is it exactly? Well, compassionate distance is just the art of holding onto your own emotional well-being, protecting your own energy while still giving real, genuine, from-the-heart support to the people you love. I absolutely love this phrase. It just nails it. You're keeping your heart wide open to someone else's struggle, but you're not breaking your own back, trying to carry their burden for them. It's the huge difference between caring for someone and carrying someone. Okay, to really make this idea concrete, we're going to use an analogy that I promise you will not forget. The goal is super simple: be the lifeguard. This is the mantra. Seriously, write it down if you have to. In these tough situations, your job is to be the lifeguard on duty, not to become another victim flailing in the water. Just think about it. When you fall into that empathy trap, you're basically jumping into the deep, choppy water with your friend. You both start struggling, and pretty soon, you're both in danger of going under. A lifeguard, on the other hand, they stay on solid ground. They don't jump in. They assess the situation and throw a life preserver. They offer help from a place of strength and stability. Okay, so the lifeguard thing makes sense, right? But how do we actually do that in a real conversation? That brings us to the practical side of this, the how-to of caring without caring. It really just boils down to 3 simple steps. First, you just acknowledge their pain. Seriously, just saying something like, "Wow, that sounds incredibly hard," is huge. Second, you offer support from your stable position. That's you throwing the life preserver. And third, and this is the big one, you do not take ownership of their problem. It's their problem to solve, not yours. This really says it all. You are a support. You are a resource. You can be the most important person in their corner, but your job is to throw them the life preserver. It is not your job to make the storm go away. You can't. And if you need a phrase, like a go-to line to keep in your back pocket, this is it. I care so much, but I can't fix this for you. It is so powerful because it's completely honest, it's full of love, but it also respects the boundary that this is their battle to fight. So, when you actually start to do this, what does the end result look like? Well, it's way healthier for everyone. You end up with 2 people standing strong. So instead of that scene with 2 people collapsed on the floor, you've got 2 people on their feet. Your friend is still going through their stuff, for sure, but you are right there beside them, solid, steady, and able to offer real help because you haven't been dragged under yourself. And this, right here, is the bottom line. You have to remember this. A burned-out helper helps no one. Taking care of your own energy isn't selfish. It is absolutely necessary if you want to be there for people in a way that actually lasts. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Take a look at your relationships. Who in your life really needs you to stop jumping into the water with them?
and instead start being their strong, reliable, and truly compassionate lifeguard on the shore.